Well, good morning. Welcome to the Murphy's Law podcast. How's everybody doing this morning? Running a few minutes late, had some technical difficulties, but thank you for sticking around. Thank you for hanging around and waiting patiently. I want to welcome everyone who listens to the Murphy's Law podcast on wherever you get your podcast online, on those digital platforms such as Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all of that. So, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I have a very special guest today, but before I introduce my special guest, for those that are joining me live right now on YouTube, because we are on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to share this episode because I have a very special guest. And all my guests are special here, but this one is super special. Can I say it like that? Yeah, super special. But share it, let everyone know that you're live right now. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the Murphy's Law podcast. We are on YouTube, and the way you can find us is at Murphy's Law Podcast. That's Murphy with an S at the end. Murphy's Law Podcast. And if you do that, you'll find us, subscribe, hit the notification so you know that so that you can be aware for every time we are live and whatever is happening here at the podcast. So it's been a beautiful season. This new time has been it's different, but I like it. You know, we've done in previous seasons, we've started at 7 p.m., I believe, and 8 p.m., and then we moved to 11 p.m., and now we're at 9 a.m. on a Saturday. And I'm so thankful and grateful to those of you that still choose to watch, that still choose to show up on a Saturday morning. You know, Saturday mornings, a lot of people, they want to get that extra hour of sleep or just to stay in and not really do too much. But you're here with me. So let's do that. I'm going to take a second here to invite others as we are live. Okay, there we go. All right. And if you're joining me right now, let me know where you're joining me from. Let's put it in the message center there. I'm always up for talking with those who are with me live. I love it and I appreciate it. All right, so you guys are ready. It's been a very fantastic season to this point, and it's going to continue. So I'm not going to delay. Here we go. Share. I'm not going to delay. I am going to invite and introduce you all to my special guest. My special guest, he hails all the way from Pembroke Pines, Florida. He is extraordinary. He is very gifted, extremely talented, very charismatic. He's a lover. He's kind. He's witty. He's smart. And he's very athletic. And he is none other than. Look at that. I'm moving, bouncing all over my words, getting ready to introduce this guest. But none other than my son, David Nathaniel Murphy. Welcome to the podcast, David. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Listen, all right, I know you're a guest on the podcast, but you can't, your voice can't be deeper than mine, man.
I'm gonna try and lighten it up.
Well, you're not trying right now because it's still deeper than mine.
I, it's gotta warm up. It's gonna warm up.
Thank you for being here. Say hello to all the wonderful people watching and that are listening, because some are listening.
Hello, everyone watching and listening. I'm glad that you're here. And hello.
Thank you. That's all you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, you have a very busy schedule, I understand, throughout the week. And, Your Saturdays, you're in high demand because you have so many people that they need David. You help them in so many different ways. You have so many gifts and abilities, but you choose to be here this morning with your dad, and that means a lot to me, man. I I thank you, son. I don't take you for granted, and I never will. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You sure?
Yes, Dad.
Okay. And you sure I didn't force you, right?
No, you did not.
And say, okay, if you don't come, you're grounded.
You didn't do that.
Okay. And I asked you, I said, would you be a guest? Did I?
Yes, Dad.
Okay, tell him,
He
because,
did. He did say that. He said, "Will you be a guest on the Murphy's Law podcast?"
okay. All right. Because they might think, I don't know what they might think. They might think I forced you, but I didn't. So, oh man, David, you are 13, and we're going to talk about quite a bit this morning, if it's okay with you.
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yes,
All
Dad.
right. I know I'm interviewing you, but where you want to start?
Mm, I want to start when I was young.
Okay. When you were young. So let's start here then. You are a twin.
I am a twin.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
Dad.
have a twin brother.
Yes, Dad.
You all are identical twins. You've been in the womb. You've been together since the beginning. You was in your mother's belly. I know you can't remember all the way back to then, but you've always had your brother by your side. What is it like being a twin?
It's fun. You always have somebody to talk to, and you always have somebody that you can count on when maybe other people are letting you down. But you can always count on your twin to to help you to get you through rough times.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, Dad.
So your brother, whose name is Caleb,
Yes, Dad.
you can count on him to he's with you through rough times.
Yes, Dad.
Okay, well that's good. The Bible does say that a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for.
Adversity.
Wait, you know the Bible,
Yes, Dad.
man? You read the Bible, so
Yes.
you enjoy being a twin. What's the What's the most difficult thing about being a twin to you, if there is?
Deciding who gets to do what.
Okay, like explain.
So, example, if we're getting in a car
Hmm.
and he says, "Oh, I want to sit in the back," but he sat in the back yesterday, that can be a argument, or that can spark a little argument
Hmm.
about who sits in the back and who sits in the front,
Right.
or who wears certain clothes. He may think that this is his clothes, but it's really my clothes, or I might think that it's my clothes, but it's really
Right.
his clothes.
Yeah.
So that can spark an argument as well.
So how do you settle it?
We do a schedule. We take turns with clothes. We we've determined at this point. We've determined whose clothes is who. We don't get confused with clothes anymore.
Okay. All right. Now, did I have anything to do with you all coming up with your agreement and your arrangements
For the car,
for anything?
yes, Dad, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did. What
Yes,
part? Which one?
you said the car, and
Okay.
the shower as well.
What did I say?
You said that just to start up a schedule, and we didn't need to be arguing about who's taking a shower first. So just take turns.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I did. So that's a long time ago I said that then.
Yeah, yes, Dad. We've been doing the schedule for a while.
Okay. What's a while? Because you're 13 now. Can you remember when that started?
Maybe when we were 11 or
Oh,
12, just turning 12.
wow. So that's just recently.
Yes, Dad.
Do you and your brother ever like physically fight?
Yes, we have before. It's been a while, but we have before.
Man, why? Who won?
The last one, I think I did.
So,
But
how do you determine that you won?
when he stops,
Oh, and you're still standing tall.
yes, Dad.
Wow. But you guys don't physically fight anymore.
No, Dad.
Okay, that's good, man. That's
We
good.
got over that a long time ago.
Okay. So your brother was a guest on the show, and that was exciting and great discussion. And we're having a great discussion now. But I asked him some questions about being a twin, and I want to ask your perspective because even though that's your brother and you're twins, you both are individuals. How do you feel about people mistaking you for your brother?
It At first it gets aggravating because I think that I look completely different from my brother, and I don't see the twin that the similarities that everyone's talking about. I don't see it at first, but then now everybody's starting to tell the difference.
But you're an identical twin. And even though you're an identical twin, and to everybody else, you look similar. You really do. But to you, you don't see that.
I don't see it.
Wow. That's amazing. I wish I could jump in your body and have your eyes so I can see what you see.
It's we have To me we have different face structures,
Well, you do.
and we have different heights, different arm lengths, and all of that. We don't weigh the same, and so we just, to me, we look completely different. Not
Okay.
completely, but we look different.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for those answers. For those that are joining or just joining us, you are tuned in to the Murphy's Law podcast here on YouTube. Please subscribe if you have not. And that handle or that address is the @ Murphy's Law Podcast, Murphy with an S. Thank you for being here, and thank you for those that are with us. Somebody said Murphy's Law Podcast this morning. You got a supporter, man. Your brother is supporting you this morning, so that's amazing. So, can I ask you some more questions?
Yes, Dad.
Here's a very, I think it's a great question. What do you think, or how do you feel? You can answer from whichever spot you want to think or feel about how your parents have raised you.
I think that you and Mom raised me well, and you raised us to not be mean to others, and not be selfish and hold a grudge to others. And you taught me to be kind and not selfish, to give and to share. And I think you raised me well.
Is there anything that we tell you to do or instructions we give you, ways you should behave that you may have said, I don't really agree with this?
There has.
Okay, let's talk. What?
For so when you said that we had to cut our hair, I didn't know completely at the time. I didn't know why we did it, and to this point, I still don't know. But I didn't agree with it because I thought, oh, I was gonna grow my hair forever and never and have locks like you did.
Okay, okay, I understand. So that's been on your heart and your mind.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
how many years have you been thinking about that?
3.
3. Wow. Okay. Well, we can talk about it now on the Murphy's Law podcast if you want.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you didn't agree with cutting your hair.
Yes, Dad.
You wanted to grow your hair, you wanted to twist it, lock it, and all of that.
Yes, Dad.
And you wanted that because I had it, or both me and your mom had locks. What was the reason you wanted to grow your hair?
I had it because I wanted to grow locks because you did, and I
Okay.
like that style of hair.
Okay. Okay. Do you still want to grow your hair?
I still do.
You
Yeah,
still do.
yeah. Not into locks, but I still do.
Okay. Oh, but you don't. Okay, you don't want locks anymore, but you still want to grow your hair.
Yes, Dad.
Okay, so you want to know why? It was really me that said no, we're gonna cut your hair because your mom was she was on board with you growing your hair, but you want to know why?
Yes, Dad.
Okay, so here's the reason why. The reason why I didn't want you to grow your hair at the time is because it requires a lot of care or upkeep, maintenance. And I didn't see how we were going to be able to make sure that you had the proper upkeep consistently. I didn't want you walking around with your hair looking crazy because either I was too busy or your mom was too busy. And so I decided that no, you can wait. And then wanted to I want you to do things and desire things because that's what you authentically want. Not because, oh, I just saw mom do it or I just saw dad do it, so I want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with looking up to your parents. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I wanted to help you gain or find your authenticity from a young age. Because there's a lot of people that's my age in their 40s and their 30s, even older, that don't, they're not authentic. Everything they do is always influenced in the wrong way by someone else. They want to wear something, they want to speak a certain way, they want to be a certain way, not because that's how God authentically created them. So it feels good to hear that you want to grow your hair because your dad had hair, but just because I had hair don't mean you have to have hair. And I wanted to make sure that that's what you authentically wanted. So, when if at ever any point, 17, 18 or whatever, you say, okay, I'm growing my hair or this is what I want to do, then it's what you really wanted to do. So those were the reasons why.
Okay, I had a completely different reason in my head.
What was the reason you had?
I thought that it was because Caleb was indecisive about what hairstyle he wanted.
Oh.
Because at one point, you allowed us to grow our hair, and then Caleb switched it the last second or on the way to the barbershop. He switched it
Mhm.
to waves, and you said, "All right, you both just gonna cut your hair down." So I thought that was the reason.
Oh, no. I would never do that. I would never ever parent you or give you instruction based on what your brother decides or wants or not wants, and the other way around. You both are individuals, you both are unique. So yeah, no, that wasn't the reason. Wow. So did it, when you thought that was the reason, did it make you upset? Did it make you frustrated? What?
It made me frustrated at Caleb because he didn't know what he wanted, and now I thought now, oh, we have to keep our hair down because he didn't know what he wanted. So
Yeah.
it made me upset and it bothered me.
Wow. So it didn't make you bothered at me or your mom, but it made you bothered at your brother.
Yes, Dad.
Did you take it out on him in any kind of way, whether it be attitude or being mean? Did you ever take it out on him?
No, Dad. I didn't even. I don't even think I told him.
So you just held it in?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did. Up until this point, I did.
Wow. So you're just making all this what they call it, breaking news right here on the Murphy's Law podcast. This is something David was holding in for how many years now?
3.
For 3 years. You see why it's so important for us to always have discussions and talks about how we feel, what we're thinking, what's going on. Because you could feel angry or frustrated about something and you don't even have a good cause because of a wrong idea that you had. So this whole time you thought it was Caleb's indecision, and it wasn't. It was your dad thinking about your future, helping to build your authenticity. Wow.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So how do you feel now knowing that it wasn't for the reasons you thought?
I'm surprised, and um, yeah, I'm surprised that I thought this whole time it was because Caleb didn't know what he wanted, and it was really you protecting us or you getting us ready for our future.
Wow. Man. So is there anything else you think? that we as parents do because of the other sibling?
No, Dad.
Okay, that's just that.
It was just that.
Wow. I mean, I'm all for, I have no problems, you know, if you're gonna grow your hair or at any point, I just want to make sure you are represented well. You know, you are a young man, but you're wealthy, you're gifted, you are a businessman, you are a child of God, you're a Murphy. I mean, you represent so much. You know, there's so many people and things you represent. You represent God, you represent your church, right?
Yes, Dad.
It's just so many things. So you want to make sure that you're always presented to who you are. So if you're gonna, if the time comes where you want to grow your hair, because that requires a lot of upkeep.
It does.
Yeah, take it from your dad. I've sat hours, countless hours in the chair. Somebody twisting my head and roughing me up. But that's my experience. Okay, that's I don't want to impose on your experience if you ever choose to do so. All right,
Yes, Dad.
all right, man. So, oh man, that's amazing. Thank you for being so open.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I think that I know that when people listen to this and teenagers and other parents, I I know that and pray that it will help them to spark and initiate talks with their children. You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? How do you feel about this? What are your thoughts? Because you all matter. You know, you matter. Because you're 13 and I'm the dad doesn't mean you don't matter. Doesn't mean your thoughts don't matter and how you feel. It matters. And we may not, as parents, we may not always make a decision that you agree with or even feels good to you. Still, it matters what you feel because 3 years ago we could have had this talk, and that that inner frustration you had towards your brother, it didn't have to be there. And possibly, David, we don't know, possibly it may have affected your relationship with your brother unknowingly because you had that inner frustration. What you think?
I think it could have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got that one off the list. Are we done?
Are we done?
Well, yeah. Is there anything else you got that you want to, any more bombshells you want to drop on the Murphy's Law podcast?
Not at the moment. I don't have anything else.
You sure?
Yes, Dad.
Okay. And that's okay. We are right. We are okay with being open to the world. You know this. We always say this, and we talk about this as well. Our life and our gifts is to help people. So whether it be through music, through business, through our discussions, through the podcast, it's to help others and to help us as well. Because I did not know that you had this inner frustration. I had no idea, man. All right, so let's keep it in the family. Your parents, me and your mother, we were married. Now we're divorced. How have you dealt with that?
I didn't know at first. It took me a while to know that you guys were going to be separated because I was young at the time. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. I didn't exactly know what divorce meant. So up until a few years ago, I actually understood that you guys weren't ever going to get back together
Mm-hmm.
and you guys weren't ever going to not see each other again, but not really see each other regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me feel sad because sometimes I think, oh, there's certain things that happen, and I say, oh, I wish dad and mom were still together. I used to say that a lot, me and my brother. But speaking of me, I used to say, oh, I wish my dad and mom were together right
Really?
now at this point.
Wow. So with the sadness, did it did you feel afraid to say anything to your mom or to myself about how you were feeling?
I did, yes, dad, I did,
Why?
because I didn't know completely what was happening, and then I didn't want to. In my mind, I was gonna trigger something if I asked.
Wow.
So I didn't want to, in my brain, I didn't want to say anything to trigger anything or
Yeah.
whatever I thought
Yeah.
like that.
I understand. Wow. Well, at this point, at 13, are you, do you understand that there's nothing that you could ever say or ask or want to talk about that is off limits?
Yes, Dad, I do.
You know, it's a total open door and we can talk about anything at any time.
Yes, Dad.
Okay, wonderful. And we had to grow into that as a family because, you know, that's something I had to learn. As a father, I had to learn that I wasn't the only one being impacted by being separated and being divorced. You know, you were as well. Your brother. There's a lot of people involved.
Yes, Dad.
Grandparents, aunts, uncles, pastors. There's a lot of people involved. So it's not just me. So it's important to consider everyone. And I'm glad that we're at the point now where we can talk openly about these things. Did you and your brother have many discussions about wanting your mom and dad still to be together? And how did they end? What was the end result of those discussions?
So we did have discussions, and it would end by one of us saying, "Oh, I wish mom and dad were still together." But maybe sometimes it would start by one one of us saying something about mom and the other one saying something about dad,
Okay.
and then it would end. I wish mom and dad were together.
Wow. You never told me that.
I haven't.
Yeah. You really, you've never said, Dad, I wish you and mom were still together. This is the first time I'm hearing that. And I understand why you would feel that way, but you know, this is the first time I'm hearing that. And I understand. Did you think, David, at any point that the divorce that was happening was your fault?
No, dad.
You didn't.
No, dad.
Okay. Did you ever feel like you have to choose between me or your mother?
I did.
Wow, how did you handle that?
I So when we lived with mom and we didn't get to see you as much and we only got to see you on the weekends, I felt bad that we didn't get to see you as much as we did. And then when we came with you and we didn't get to see mom as much, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
So then once we got our first phone, I was happy. I was so happy, so because I was saying, "Oh, now we can call mom regularly." And then we moved, and then now we got new phones. We got two phones. We got another phone. We call mom consistently, and then
Hmm.
now we have another phone. And so I don't feel the same way as, oh, I only get to see her on the weekdays, or I never get to see her anymore. But I can call her, and it doesn't have the same effect as seeing her in person, but it has similar effect because at least I get to talk to mom,
Yeah,
or I get to talk to mom.
I definitely understand that. These feelings that you felt when you were younger and you felt like you had to choose between your parents, you wish your parents were still together, did that affect you in any way at school or with your friends?
It did
Okay.
because a lot of my friends, they said their parents were divorced, but then a lot of my friends said that their parents were still together.
Hmm.
And so a lot of things that their family could do, we couldn't do because it wasn't us four, me, Caleb, you, and mom.
Right.
So it was different because all of the divorced people, all of the children, all my friends whose parents were divorced, I could connect with them in some way. I was maybe in elementary school, fourth or
Hmm.
fifth grade, and so I didn't completely understand, but I knew that our parents are divorced, their parents are divorced, so maybe we have some type of connection somehow.
Yeah. Wow. Did you talk often with your friends about your parents being divorced? Did that come up often
Not
in school?
often, but occasionally.
Okay. Wow. Were you ever jealous of the friends you had at school or the children at school that parents were still together?
No, Dad.
Wow, you were never jealous of
No,
them.
Dad.
Okay. Thank you for being open, David.
You're welcome, Dad.
It's a whole bunch of people all over the world that's gonna be helped because sometimes parents are not so aware of how their children are affected, and they can get caught up in them, and them as parents, their own feelings. They can get caught up in, okay, I need to chase another relationship, or I need to put my all into restoring this relationship or this marriage, and the children just get left on the wayside. At any point during this time of divorce, did you ever feel neglected by me or abandoned by me?
No, Dad.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. I just want to say, man, I love you.
Love you too, Dad. I love you too, Dad.
Your transparency is amazing. And you're such an amazing leader. And this discussion is amazing for several reasons, but it so displays and highlights your intelligence intellectually with your intellect, but also your emotional intelligence. And you really are ahead of your years. You're 13 in years, but you really are ahead emotionally and mentally and intellectually. And I thank God for that. So that means me, your mother, and the village that's around you, we're doing it. We're creating a good environment for you, and then ultimately you are making the decisions to take the things that you learn and apply them. So keep growing, man.
Okay, Dad.
Keep growing. Let's talk about Grandpa.
Okay, Dad.
Is that okay with you?
Yes, Dad.
So here it is. Your parents get divorced. You don't. You're not. They're not together anymore. You're wishing they were together. You got to cut your hair, and you're thinking it's because of your brother, right? And you got all this stuff going on. And now your grandpa dies. He's ill. He is living with us. You know, whenever you were with me, you see him. You help take care of him. You saw him go from being a strong grandpa that's driving you around every weekend, and you all are hanging out on the weekends, to you're pushing him in a wheelchair. You're bringing food to him, to he ultimately dies. All of that process from grandpa being strong to being ill and dying. What was that entire process for you, man? What were the thoughts you were feeling, thoughts you were thinking rather, and the emotions that you were feeling?
So when he was strong, I felt happy because we got to spend a lot of time with Grandpa. And then when he first started to get sick, I didn't know at first. I didn't understand at first. Rather, I knew that he was getting sick,
Hmm.
and I remember him being in the bed in at the other house that we used to live at.
Yeah,
I remember him being in the bed, and he couldn't talk to us, or he wasn't talking to us, but he squeezed my hand, I think.
yeah,
But he showed us that he could hear us and he could see us, but he didn't respond back. And so that part made me feel sad because I knew that I was slowly losing Grandpa. And then when he died, the the Friday that um I was told, me and my brother were told that he passed away, I didn't cry at first, but I was sad. So it made me feel sad because I didn't know up until a day after my birthday, and
yeah.
that didn't make me feel good because I was celebrating new life, and then the day after, he I was mourning because Grandpa passed
Grandpa
away.
died. Yeah. I mean, just one day after your birthday, have you healed from that, or did it? Have you healed from that?
Yeah, I have. Yes, Dad.
Okay, wonderful. Do you miss Grandpa?
Yes, Dad.
Yeah. Do you think about him often?
Yes, Dad.
What's the thing you miss most about your grandfather?
Mm, everything that he taught me and how spiritual he was.
Wow. Talk about his spirituality some more. What about his spirituality or his relationship with God that was so impactful to you?
So he taught everything he made us do had God involved some way somehow, and so that taught me from however young I was at that time. That taught me to always keep God first, and because grandpa, he taught me how to read the Bible, or he didn't teach me how to read the Bible, but he showed me the Bible, and he told me to read it, and he taught me how to play piano, so that then after that, that I could play the piano in church, and I can take my gifts to church and play for the Lord.
Yeah.
So he helped me doing that. Yes, sir. He helped me doing that.
Amen. That's amazing. Many people don't know, or some people don't know, but at his celebration of life, you had the opportunity to play a song that he taught you.
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah,
And how was that experience for you in front of, there was a lot of people there that day. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe 300, at
about
least 300 more. How was that for you?
it was exciting. I wasn't nervous at all, and it was exciting. It was enjoyable.
Okay. So moving on throughout life, because this morning is about you. And thank you, David, for being here again at the Murphy's Law podcast. Thank those that are listening, wherever you listen to your podcast. I appreciate you. And those that are tuned in right now, live on on YouTube. I'm so used to saying Facebook, but on YouTube, thank you for being here. You know, your grandma is here, Minister Cameron is here, your brother is here. I see comments from them, so they are watching and they're giving their love and support. So thank you all for being here, and those that come after and watch, thank you. And if you're not subscribed already, David, tell them what to do, please.
Subscribe, and then turn on the notifications.
Yeah,
Turn on the post notifications
yeah.
so you get notified every single time a new video or live stream comes out.
Thank you, David.
Like the video.
Thank you, David. Do I have to pay you for that marketing that you just did?
No, that you don't.
You sure?
Yes, that.
Okay. But if it was somebody else,
Yes, that.
you would get paid.
Yes, that.
All right, let's talk about business. There's a lot that you've learned about business, about finances. How you how do you feel about your future as a businessman, as a wealthy individual? How are you feeling and what are you thinking?
I'm feeling excited because already I already have an idea I already know what I'm going to be and what I'm going to pursue. And you, mom, and apostle, you all and everybody at transform or everybody in my life really has helped me to understand where or how much projection I'm gonna make and how wealthy I'm gonna be and things like that.
Okay. So you ready for your Porsche?
Yes, that I'm ready.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Porsches are David's favorite car,
Yes,
right?
that
It's your favorite vehicle, right?
favorite car.
And so you're gonna get one.
Yes, that
Wonderful. And that's great. Your uncle, who is now live watching the podcast, he says, Uncle Stephen, he says, nothing is free. He said, get your money. So the next time he calls you, what you gonna do?
speaking fee.
That's it.
Speaking fee.
A speaking fee. That's right. And if anyone's watching right now and you want to ask David any questions, if you have any questions for David, this is for our live audience. If you have any questions for David, ask your questions. I'll read it definitely. Your grandma said, David, you are very transparent, and I appreciate you for your honesty. So you are. So you're very excited about your projection, and you said you know what you're going to pursue. Will you share with everyone that's watching what are some of the things that you're going to pursue in business and
So I'm going to pursue being a musician and a what's the word? Entrepreneur.
entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Right.
Yes, that.
So as a
I'll
musician, are you going to be just a drummer, a bass player, or are you going to produce, write songs? What are you going to do?
produce and write songs and keyboard or piano, bass, guitar, saxophone, and organ.
Okay. All right. Organ.
Yes, that.
Just instrument right there, man. You love the organ?
Yes, that. I
Is
don't
that your favorite instrument?
know that.
What's your favorite?
The bass guitar. The bass guitar.
Okay. Wow. Now, why is that your favorite instrument?
Because it reminds me of myself.
Really?
Yes, that.
How does the bass guitar remind you of yourself?
Because out of all the instruments, the bass it sets the tone for the whole song. So the bass line, the you can't have a beat or a song without a bass line.
Shit.
And so yes, that reminds me of myself because my voice is so deep.
And you as a person, you just set the tone.
Yes, that.
You are a leader, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. What bass line is this? Doom, doom, da doom, 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 da doom, 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 da doom, 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 da doom.
I don't know the name of the song, but I know the.
That's Michael Jackson, man.
Oh, oh
Ah,
yes, yes, that.
yeah.
Yes, I don't know the name of that song.
But you're right. That's just to highlight music for a little bit. The bass guitar is very, very important in the construction of music and how it is composed. And there's a lot of songs that people can recognize from the bass line. You know, boom, doo 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 doo
Beat it.
doo. There you see. Now I'm on. I could use a lot of other one. Now there's some I might do you may not know, but then you may know because I'm always surprised of what musically you know, and your parents are in music, so that's expected. But that's a great illustration. I've never thought about using that illustration, but I like that. You set the tone, and you're saying what you're saying is you're a leader. You set the tone, and you do, man, and continue being the leader that you are. I'm so really, I am so proud of you and pleased with you, and yeah, that's great. All right, you took me to the side for a moment. You're really amazing. Did you know that?
Yes, that.
Oh, see, now you're getting arrogant.
No,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
no, no,
Yes,
no,
Dad. Your voice was a little bit deeper when you said that.
no. It went down because of the tone, the volume that I was speaking at.
Okay. Okay. No, it's good to know that you're amazing. Never let that make you arrogant. Never allow that to make you condescending towards people or treat them like you're better than them. But there's nothing wrong with being confident and knowing exactly who you are. That will really allow you to treat people well. When you know who you are and you're confident in who you are, you'll always be to people what you should be, in spite of what they do to you. They may lie on you, they may hurt you, they may whatever they do, because you're so confident and sure of you and your authenticity, you'll be who you are always, in spite of what they do. So there's nothing wrong with being aware and sure that you're amazing. Always keep it righteous and right. Never let it get perverse.
Great, Dad.
Yeah, don't tell people I don't need you because I'm amazing. That's not a good way.
Yes, Dad.
So yeah, so we're talking about business and money. Yeah, yeah. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so you're gonna be an entrepreneur. Music. Is there any other area that you are gonna pursue business wise?
Yes, Dad.
Okay.
Making a clothing line.
Okay. Right. You did say that. You have said that. Do you know what the name is? Don't tell them now, because some people steal it. But do you have a name for your clothing line yet?
I don't know that.
Okay. So then we got to work on that then.
Yes, sir.
Deal?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. I'm seeing, what does it say? I can't see this question. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. The question is from Steven, which is my younger brother. Will you do a series about music publishing? So it's the Murphy's Law podcast, and law is an acronym for Let's Apply Wisdom. So I would gladly do at some point do a broadcast about music publishing. Yeah, and help others. That's why I'm here. So yeah, absolutely. David, this has
Yes, sir.
been quite delightful. It's been absolutely remarkable speaking with you and talking. I want to give you the opportunity right now to, speak to some young people that may be listening, to parents, even adults that are here. Is there anything on your mind and heart that you want to share from anything we've talked about or discussed, or something that God might be sharing with you right now to share with them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I want to say that to always pursue your dreams and always know what's right for you. And if you don't know, then ask God or get it from your parents or maybe your pastor. And make sure you're always keeping God first because He's the leader and He makes everything and He allows everything to happen when it happens, and He's always on time. And so always keep God first and pursue your dreams.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So I have some more questions for you, if that's okay. Am I over my time yet?
Know that.
Okay. All right. Let me know, okay? Because you're a very astute businessman, and time is money in business. So we don't waste time,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Because we can't redeem time. God can, but we can't. So when we waste time, we don't have a way of getting it back. All right. Your relationship with God. You've seen your parents, grandparents have a relationship with God. Your pastor, even your apostle, friends, maybe. But your relationship with God. How is your relationship with God?
It's strong and it's been strong for a while, and I'm growing. I'm growing it, and I'm getting it better, and I'm practicing to read my Bible,
Hmm.
and I'm practicing to pray every morning and every night. And yes, sir, it's strong.
That's good. It's strong. Now, it's one thing to be at church, it's one thing to be around your family. You're in a Christian family, Christian home. But when you go to school, there's all types of different people there. Some, I'm sure they believe in Jesus, some don't. Some may follow other religions. Do you still feel strongly when you are at school and around others about your relationship with God? Are you okay with letting other people know, or are you quiet about it or ashamed?
I'm okay with letting other people know, and I'm proud to be in a relationship with God, and I want to let other people know at school, and I always do.
Awesome. You always do.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever get nervous talking to your friends about Jesus,
No,
about your relationship? Never?
no, that never.
That's good. Because some people may. And there may be somebody watching you right now that's your age, 13, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, but they're a teenager and they feel ashamed. They feel like maybe they'll be judged, or what do you say to them?
If you have the right friends, and if you have authentic friends that really believe in God, and really believe in Jesus, then they won't judge you, or you won't be ashamed of displaying the love of Jesus in front of them or even with them, which is praying with them, praying for them, and just talking about Jesus in general. If you have the right friends that authentically and actually believe in God, then that won't be a problem for them, because judging is not something that's of God
Right.
in a certain aspect. And so if they really have if they really have the love of Christ, and they or the love of Jesus, and if they display that, then they won't be judging you.
Wonderful. How do you choose the friends that you have?
Um, but well, at first I try to be friendly to everybody,
Hmm.
and then I'll have certain talks about or with them, or certain conversations with them, and based on what they say, or based on what they do, I'll know that they're gonna they're gonna be with me, or they're gonna be my friend, even when something happens to me,
Yeah.
and even when something happens to them. So we can trust each other.
Wow. Man, that's wisdom. Because you know, one of the worst things, David, one of the worst things you can have is a relationship or a friendship or a covenant that whenever things get tough, now they don't want to be your friend. Now they telling you all kind of crazy stuff. And it's like, wait, we were just great. What happened? So it's very wise that you don't establish your friendships just because you play sports together, just because you like a particular person or celebrity, but you look at their character, you look at what they believe. That's wisdom, man. And believe it or not, David, there are a lot of people who establish friendships out of trauma. You talked about it earlier. Well, my parents divorced, your parents divorced, so let's be friends forever.
Yes, sir.
And you build your friendship off of trauma or brokenness. And those friendships never last, man. Those friendships, at some point, they always dissolve or break apart because when difficult times come, when unseen things happen, the foundation is from brokenness. And brokenness can't sustain and will never sustain anything that that can last. So that's wisdom. You
Thank you,
got a
Dad.
girlfriend?
No, Dad.
Man, you said that quick.
No, Dad. No, no, no.
I don't know if I believe you.
I
Should
don't.
should I believe you?
Yes, Dad.
Okay. Why you don't have one?
Because I can't. And even if I could,
No, okay, okay. Let's hear it. Even if you could.
there, the people at my school, anywhere really,
Yeah,
terrible. They don't. They just think the wrong way.
yeah,
Even my friends that are girls,
yeah.
they think the completely wrong way. They don't have no idea.
Wow.
They just think that when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend,
Hmm.
you just supposed to just let everything happen, whatever they think. But that
And you don't agree with it.
no, that especially with what I get taught at transformation,
Yeah,
I definitely don't agree with it.
yeah.
So
Wow. When he says Transformation Empowerment
empowerment worship
Worship
center.
Center of South Florida, that's our church. Because there are other places that have transformation in their name, Transformation Church. So we want to make sure that we giving credit and honor to our church.
Yes, that.
Wow. So these young ladies you see now that you're in class with and go to school with, they have the wrong mentality.
Yes, that.
Wow. So where you think where you I want to ask you a question. I just have to word it. So we'll come back to that question. I gotta construct it properly. Okay. So even if you were allowed to have a girlfriend, you wouldn't.
No, that.
And I believe you. I believe you. But there's so many young people who are just so wanting to have a boyfriend and dating. They don't understand anything. So thank you for not forgetting what you learn, even when you go to school, even when you're not around me, you're not around your mom, you're not around, your family, you're not around your apostle and other whoever. Thank you for remembering all that you learned and keeping it with you. That's wisdom. And the Bible tells us a lot in Proverbs. It, it says, "My son," in many different scriptures, remember my commandments, keep my words, don't forget my word. My instructions are my commandments. So that's wisdom, man. And wisdom is always going to bring you into opulence, into wealth, into dominion, and you're on your way. Don't change, David. Don't change. All right, David, this has been wonderful. You are tuned into the Murphy's Law podcast. Law is an acronym for Let's Apply Wisdom. If you are not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. We're currently at 36 subscribers. I want to get to 100 subscribers by next week. Now, how can I do that? I'm going to tell people about the Murphy's Law podcast, but can you do too? Can you encourage them to go not only to watch or listen to the podcast, but to subscribe? We talk about a whole myriad of things here. It's about applying wisdom. And so, of course, we give information, insight, revelation, and all of that. So please do that. But thank you for supporting the Murphy's Law podcast. We're getting ready to go, David, because I know your Saturdays are full, are they?
Yes, that.
Yeah, you got things to do. You go evangelize on Saturdays,
Yes,
do
that.
you?
I do.
Now let me ask you, what do you feel about going out to evangelize? You go with your church, you're 13, and you go out talking to all different types of individuals about Jesus, inviting them to your church. Man, what do you think and feel about doing that?
It, it feels good, and I like doing it. I enjoy. It's enjoyable, and then so first I get. Sometimes I may get nervous because of where we're at, or
Hmm.
maybe the amount of people that are there.
Hmm.
But then once I get a few people, I know what I'm gonna say, and I'll stop stuttering, and I'll stop saying pronouncing words wrong and
Hmm.
leaving out details.
Yeah,
And so then I'll get the hang of it, and I'll do it right.
absolutely.
And my list gets longer and longer.
Yeah. The list, when you say list, what you're speaking of.
The list of the names of everyone that I've evangelized to.
Okay, awesome. And evangelism is for all of us as Christians to do. Young, older, or more aged. It's for all of us to do, you know. So you don't feel mad or man, I could be doing something else right now. You don't think or feel any of those things?
No doubt.
Okay. All right. Now, for everyone that's watching, and I want to encourage parents and those that are a parent type. You may not be the mother or father, but you have influence. You're an aunt or uncle or a godparent. You know, what you've heard this morning is uh, really a microcosm, or it's a small expression of the type of talks and discussions we have every day. We talk about sex, we talk about girlfriend, we talk about growing, we talk about coming into adolescence or puberty. We talk about everything. Penis. I mean, you're a boy, so we talk about penis. We talk about beard, which you got a little dark spot growing on your chin right now. I see it. I see it. Yeah. How you feel about that?
Excited?
Yeah. Okay. But we talk about all of that. We talk about money. We always talk about God. We always include God. All these things are important. We talk about how you feel, right? All that we've discussed and all you've heard David say today is really what we implement in our personal lives, our private lives, because it's important. I'm important as the father. My health is important. His health is important. His security is important. My security is important as a family. So I encourage you to have talks with your children, have talks in your family, and talk about the great stuff, yes, but then talk about the things that are not so great. Talk about the divorce, talk about the abuse, talk about the rape, the molestation, talk about the incest, talk about all of it so that healing can happen and so that you can put everyone in a position, your children and those in the family, to win and to have an advantage and to be well. And as the family structures or the family units become stronger, man, our society and our communities will be stronger. Our communities will be stable and will flourish. And so talk about it. Don't hide. If you've been the parent or the person in the family to hide all the secrets and you think you need to keep all the secrets, no, you don't. You need to speak. And while we're talking about that, David, over the next couple of weeks here on the Murphy's Law podcast, I'm going to begin to talk about and help individuals be aware of how Satan almost destroyed my life because of passions, because of things that happened in my childhood. And, so my children know everything. They do. Because I speak openly about what happened with me to help them and to help others. Of course, some things are age appropriate. If they're 4, you may need to wait. But again, just because they're 4 or because they're 6, their intelligence, their emotional structure may be well advanced beyond their years. So strategy is important. However, it's important to have these talks. It's important to have these discussions, right, David?
Yes, Dad.
And there's nothing off limits. We talk about skinny girls, not so skinny girls. We talk about tall, short, right? Talk
Yes, Dad.
about big feet, little feet, long hair, short hair. We talk about attitudes. We talk about everything. We do. And you should too. Anything you want to ask me before we go?
No, Dad.
Okay. Now, when we get off of here, he's going to ask me 95 million questions. Are you?
No, Dad.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say otherwise to anybody before we go?
No, Dad.
Well, I love you all. Thank you for tuning into the Murphy's Law podcast with my special guest, David Nathaniel Murphy. Such an awesome young man. I'm proud of you, man. And David, you continue to put God first, continue to love Him forever. He talks to you now, He gives you dreams, He says things to you. Don't ever be ashamed or afraid of how God communicates and talks with you. Don't think it's crazy. It's not strange. Don't think it's weird. It's not weird. It may be unfamiliar. And as you grow in your relationship with him, God is going to reveal himself to you in different ways, in new ways, and that's okay. Okay? I'm
Yes,
always
Dad.
going to be here to promote you, to guide you, to love you. I'll never abandon you. I'll always give you what's right. I'll always teach you what's right. I'll never take advantage of you. I'll never abuse you. And I'm always gonna do whatever is best for you and your brother, of course, but you're the only one here right now. But love God. And you are very unique, and his hand is on your life. And he has great plans for you. Don't let your friends, don't let your family, don't let anybody attempt to make you feel crazy or stupid for how God loves you, how he communicates with you, and how he uses you. It's okay to be a leader. It's okay to be exactly who God created you to be. So continue to dream, continue to let him talk to you, continue to be prophetic as you are, continue to love as you are. You're needed, you're important. And your name, David Nathaniel. Now, what does your name mean? Do you remember?
I,
Yeah,
I,
put you on the spot in front of the whole world.
I do.
Okay.
Beloved,
Okay.
beloved. Um, my last name means warrior.
King.
I don't know what my middle name is.
Oh my gosh. Beloved gift from God. Who is a?
King.
That's it. So every time anybody says David Nathaniel Murphy, that's what they're saying. All right.
Yes, Dad.
So be confident in that. You're loved. I love you. I love everyone that's watching, everyone that's listening, that have listened and did watch. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning into the Murphy's Law podcast. This season, I'm going to have some amazing special guests. I'll say it again. Of course, Caleb Murphy has been with us. Now, David Murphy. Uh, I, I'm looking forward to having other individuals on with me. You know, I'm always going to invite and talk with my mentor and my apostle and just a phenomenal and stellar psychologist, Apostle Dr. T.D. McNutt. So look out for that. My siblings will be with me at some point. Dr. Marsha Parris, Stephen Murphy. So it's a lot coming this season, and we're talking about everything. There's nothing off limits. There's nothing that's out of bounds. We're discussing it all and we're applying wisdom so we can grow, so we can learn, so we can be better, and we can be everything God created us to be. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I can't wait to see you all next week, Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to get better. It's going to get bigger. I'm talking about the Murphy's Law podcast. And we want to reach the world for God's glory. And that's it ultimately. David, let's go eat some breakfast. What you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and they should go eat some breakfast too.
You should, guys.
We love you. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. Enjoy your weekend. And hey, let's apply wisdom.